For the very first time since Patrick Mahomes has become the starter for the Kansas City Chiefs, they will not win the AFC West.
AFC West, I am flipping the Broncos and the Chargers.
You cannot name a more complete team in the league to me.
Denver is legit. I think they're going to be one of these teams that we're going to be talking about late in the season that's going to be a contender.
So Bills, Ravens, Texans, Broncos now winning their divisions.
First time in 9 years. Be the AFC West champion.
I think this is the year the Denver Broncos upset the Chiefs and win the AFC West.
And I have them going 4-13. You also have them going 4-13. So
That's the dream. So,
which ranking do you disagree with the most?
The Broncos at 6 is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
The Kansas City Chiefs have ruled the AFC West like tyrants for 9 straight years, with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid laughing from their throne. But in 2025, the Denver Broncos are here to burn it all down. Last season, Denver defied every doubter, clawing their way to a 1-0-7 record, snatching a wild card spot, and giving Buffalo a heart attack in the playoffs. That wasn't a fluke, it was a battle cry. Analysts like Nate Davis from USA Today and Jeffrey Chadiha from NFL.com are sounding the sirens. The Broncos are projected to storm to a 1-2-5 record, seizing the AFC West crown for the first time since 2015. With Bo Nix's 3,775 passing yards and 29 touchdowns in 2024, plus a defense that obliterated opponents with a franchise record 63 sacks, Denver isn't just back, they're a tsunami ready to drown the Chiefs' dynasty. The NFL is trembling, and Broncos country is roaring. Are you ready for the uprising? Because the mile-high city is about to shake the league to its core. How did a team once laughed off as a 4-1-3 punching bag become the NFL's most feared contender? Let's dive into the inferno that's fueling this revolution. Bo Nix isn't just a quarterback, he's the beating heart of this Broncos renaissance. In 2024, this rookie sensation torched defenses for 3,775 yards, 29 touchdowns, and added 430 rushing yards with 4 scores, numbers that scream elite for a first-year QB. Critics sneered, betting he'd crash and burn, but Nix carried an offense shackled by a pathetic run game to the playoffs. Now, in year 2, Sean Payton, the wizard who sculpted Drew Brees into a legend, has unleashed a playbook designed to make Nix a superstar. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports, Nix's mechanics, refined by Tom House, are light years ahead, with training camp buzz calling him a top 10 lock for 2025. Yet, fools like Nick Wright on FS1 still have the gall to rank Denver dead last in the AFC West. Are they blind? Or just terrified of the truth? Nix is poised to shatter records with 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, joining Peyton Manning as Denver's next great QB. The Broncos aren't dreaming of a Super Bowl, they're demanding it. Who's ready to ride with Nix to immortality? Nix is the spark that lights the fuse, but the defense is the explosion that'll obliterate the NFL. Let's meet the scariest unit in football. The Broncos' defense isn't just elite, it's a nightmare that'll haunt quarterbacks for years. In 2024, they demolished offenses with a franchise record 63 sacks, led the league in defensive EPA per snap, and landed 3 players, Pat Surtain, Nick Bonitto, and Jonathan Cooper, in the NFL Top 100. Surtain, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, locks down receivers like a maximum security prison. Bonitto, fresh off a $106 million extension, and Cooper combined for 22 sacks, terrorizing QBs. Now, Denver's stacked the deck with former 49ers stars Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga, plus first-round pick Jahdae Barron, creating a secondary that Pro Football Focus calls potentially the NFL's best. But a shadow looms. NFL Network reports Greenlaw's quad injury makes him questionable for Week 1. If he stays healthy, this defense could lead the league in sacks and force 30-plus turnovers, per ESPN projections. Vance Joseph's blitz-heavy scheme is a guillotine, ready to decapitate any offense dumb enough to step up. This isn't a defense, it's a declaration of total war. Who's brave enough to face this Denver juggernaut? A world-class defense is only half the story. Can Denver's offense finally find the balance to dominate the league? Let's dissect the transformation. Last year, Denver's run game was a pathetic, soul-crushing disaster. Javonte Williams limped to a measly 3.7 yards per carry, and the backfield was a barren wasteland. But in 2025, the Broncos are forging a ground attack to rival the 2019 Ravens' historic 3,296 rushing yards. Sean Payton went all in, signing J.K. Dobbins, who rushed for 805 yards in 2022, and drafting R.J. Harvey, who torched college defenses for 1,456 yards in 2023, per NCAA stats. If Dobbins stays healthy for 12 games and hits 7,00800 yards, that's a 200-yard leap over 2024's leading rusher, per NFL.com. Add tight end Evan Engram, a play-action beast with 88 catches and 900 yards last year, and Troy Franklin, the training camp breakout, who's already outshining Cortland Sutton with 2 preseason touchdowns. The Chargers? A drama-filled mess with Harbaugh's questionable roster moves, per Yahoo Sports. The Raiders? A laughingstock with a 23% playoff chance. Per ESPN, Denver's offensive line, ranked top 5 by Pro Football Focus with a 78.6 pass-blocking grade, will bulldoze defenses. This is the year the Broncos become an offensive wagon, steamrolling doubters into oblivion. Who's ready to see this team run wild? The offense is a loaded weapon, but can Denver survive the brutal AFC West gauntlet? Let's map out the war zone ahead. The AFC West is a gladiator pit, and the Broncos are ready to spill blood. The Chiefs, with negative 120 odds to win the division per FanDuel, are still the betting favorites, but their empire is cracking Rashee Rice's 8-game suspension, and a schedule ranked 4th toughest by ESPN could derail them. The Chargers, despite an 1-1-6 record in 2024, are crumbling under injuries and Harbaugh's controversial offseason, with The Athletic reporting internal team drama. The Raiders? Pete Carroll's a genius, but Geno Smith and a 23% playoff chance make them irrelevant, per ESPN's Football Power Index. Denver's schedule is a gift from the football gods. Week 1 against rookie Cam Ward's Titans, who threw 12 interceptions in college, and Week 2 at Indianapolis with a shaky Daniel Jones, who posted a 78.5 QB rating in 2024. A 2-0 start is within reach, per The Athletic's projections. By Week 17, when Denver storms Arrowhead on the 25th of December 2025, the AFC West could be on the line. This isn't just a season, it's a fight for supremacy. Will the Broncos dethrone the Chiefs, or will Kansas City cling to their fading crown? The NFL is watching, and Broncos country is ready to roar. The battlefield is set. But what does this mean for the heart and soul of Broncos country? Let's ignite the passion for the final charge. Broncos country, this is OUR moment. For a decade, we've endured heartbreak, mediocrity, and the Chiefs' smug, soul-crushing dominance. But 2025 is our redemption, our revenge, our rebirth. Sean Payton, the voodoo genius from New Orleans, has forged a roster that's not just good, it's legendary. Bo Nix is ready to soar past 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, joining Peyton Manning as Denver's next iconic QB. The defense, with Surtain, Bonito, and rising stars like Jahdae Barron, could be the NFL's best. Projected to force 30-plus turnovers and lead the league in sacks, per NFL.com. The hype is deafening, USA. Today predicts a 1-2-5 record, The Athletic sees an AFC West title, and ESPN's Football Power Index gives Denver a 65% chance to make the playoffs. But this isn't about stats or predictions, it's about belief. We're not just fans, we're a family, a tribe, a nation ready to storm the playoffs and chase the Lombardi Trophy. The Chiefs' reign is crumbling, and Denver's rising from the ashes like a phoenix. So stand tall, scream loud, and let's ride this wagon to glory. This is our year, Broncos country. Who's with me? This isn't just a season, it's a legacy in the making. Broncos country, let's make history together. Oh, the haters are squirming now. All those so-called experts who buried the Broncos in last place, Nick Wright, Stephen A. Smith, the entire FS1 clown show, are about to choke on their words. They called Denver a 4-1-3 dumpster fire last offseason. But the Broncos laughed in their faces with a 1-0-7 playoff run. Now, with a roster stacked like a Vegas casino, they're still doubting? Nick Wright's latest X post claims the Chiefs will cruise to another AFC West title. Really, Nick? Did you miss the memo? The Broncos added Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, and Jahdae Barron to a defense that already led the league in sacks. Bo Nix is throwing dimes in practice, and Troy Franklin's making DBs look silly. The Athletics' Vic Tafur tried to hedge, saying the Chargers might sneak in, but even he admits Denver's ceiling is higher than anyone else's in the division. The haters are scrambling, backpedaling, and praying they're not wrong again. But Broncos country knows the truth. This team is a freight train, and the doubters are tied to the tracks. Who's ready to watch them eat their words? The haters can talk, but the Broncos are ready to walk. Let's close this out with a battle cry for the ages. Broncos country. We're not just chasing the AFC West, we're gunning for the Super Bowl. The last time Denver hoisted the Lombardi Trophy was 2015, when Peyton Manning and Von Miller cemented their legends. Now, a new generation is ready to carve their names in history. Bo Nix, with his 29 touchdowns last year, is poised to outshine even Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, per CBS Sports projections. The defense, with 63 sacks and a projected 30-plus turnovers in 2025, could rival the 2,000 Ravens or the 1,985 Bears. Sean Payton's play-calling genius, honed over 15 years in New Orleans, is the X factor. His offenses averaged 28.1 points per game from 2006 to 2020. The road won't be easy. A Week 3 clash with the Ravens, a Week 10 showdown with the Bills, and that fateful Week 17 battle at Arrowhead. But Denver's ready. The Chiefs are wounded, the Chargers are fragile, and the rest of the AFC is on notice. This is more than a season, it's a crusade. Broncos country. Let's storm the gates, win the West, and bring that trophy back to Mile High. Who's ready to make the NFL bow? This is our moment. Broncos country. Let's seize it and show the world what we're made of. Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.